Jim, the Bitcoin sell-off over the weekend, flash crash down 14 early Sunday morning. Any idea what you think's going on?
I don't know. I mean, I think that there was I read a technical advisory over the weekend saying that this is the breakdown we've been waiting for. Look out, don't touch it. And then there's this rear guard market up action. One of the things I've seen with a lot of these, particularly the NFTs, is there are people who come in and create the market. David, when you mark a market, when you create a market, it tends in these particular currencies to work.
And this is a supply and demand problem. It's simply how it works. There's 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist in the Bitcoin community right now, or in the ecosystem, I should say. And as we have these large sums coming out, actual physical Bitcoin coming off the market, and we see the mass market coming in after them, as the supply decreases and demand increases, we see price go up.
Now they're offering the ability to transact with Bitcoin without having to convert to USD first, which is a huge step. So basically, you're buying something with another foreign currency is functionally what it is. Do you think that this feature is going to become more mainstream? Are other companies going to start adopting this, or is it still too early for us to be buying our coffees with Bitcoin?
So the idea is there will be something that's more stable, that's used for your daily spend, but being able to pay for things, as you had mentioned, in a cryptocurrency of your choice is something that we're only seeing the very beginnings of right now. I'm with you. We've put a bet into this. We created a product called Smart Pay, where you can send out an invoice, they can pay in crypto, we automatically convert it to fiat and wire it back out to you. We see this as the future in the way of international payments in real time. So
Michael, explain this to me. How would China use Bitcoin as a weapon to weaken the dollar?
Well, I think, the general premise here is that Bitcoin's ascendance does come at the expense of the dollar's role as the world reserve currency. So if, in fact, China had some kind of participation in that trend where the U.S. dollar is not as central to the world financial system and economy as it was before, and meantime, if, in fact, official Chinese authorities are owning Bitcoin and benefiting from its appreciation, it could, tilt the financial balance of power.
I get that Bitcoin is an asset that can go up and down, but does that very fact make it less likely to be a store of value or a currency that can be used in exchange to buy and sell things?
In fact, China sees the cryptocurrency as a bigger threat to the Communist Party, I think, more than it's worrying about it as a threat to the U.S. dollar. What they are interested in is the technology behind Bitcoin, blockchain. You had earlier this week China coming out saying it's going to be launching its own digital yuan.
I wonder why Bitcoin has thus far this year demonstrated immunity to rising real interest rates. It doesn't seem to have had the same impact on Bitcoin as it has on gold. Can you explain why?
So Bitcoin mainly serves as store of value, right? And as a doomsday insurance policy. So I think this year we've seen mass institutional adoption of Bitcoin, right? Everybody who did not have an allocation realized that they must have an allocation.
So it's not to say that Bitcoin isn't revolutionary technology. It is. It creates an environment. It changes things. It changes things in ways that people don't understand. But who's to say it won't be left in the rearview mirror when something else comes along?
If I were to ask you, that one merit that Bitcoin has, which gold doesn't, what would you say it is?
I don't see any merits, but I do see that it's a very powerful environment. Again, I don't underestimate the importance of Bitcoin. I don't think it's going away soon. I'm not going to say the price can't go up. It could. I know people are making money on it every day. And again, Michael's the best example. But if you ask me why, there's no good answer to that. And I sort of don't care. But what I do care about is the impact it's having. And I would say that's mostly invisible, that people really don't understand. But what it's doing, and this goes back to the point about being hallucinogenic, it's actually destroying the idea of money. Now that does not mean that Bitcoin replaces the dollar. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Bitcoin might destroy linear concepts of what money is and lead to chaos.